One big question people still have in regards to Black Widow is whether the character of Red Guardian in the past has ever gone toe-to-toe with Captain America, since he keeps telling everybody that he did. Now did he? Let's talk about that and the evidence the film gives us. So it is right before the breakout sequence that happens in the film, where Red Guardian is doing the arm wrestling thing, and this is where the conversation is brought up. Him being on the opposite side of Captain America in the 80s, and Ursa brings up the fact that Cap was on ice in the 80s, so you must be lying. Guardian takes offense to this and breaks his forearm. Now, there's still some debate whether at any point could Red Guardian have faced Captain America, Steve Rogers. The answer is no. He could not have. That much is clear. Again, Cap was on ice. We know this for a fact. So, how could they have done this? Did he go searching through ice, wake him up, fight him, put him back on ice, and then Steve doesn't remember it? Probably not. That didn't happen. The likely scenario here is, and there is two. During one of his 80s assignments, he did fight a Captain America. Not the Captain America, but a Captain America. And for people that aren't aware, just like in the comics, there's been multiple Captain Americas now in the MCU. There's been 3 so far. If you count Isaiah Bradley, maybe 4, but we don't know if he was ever designated a Captain America when he was fighting overseas. So, in the comics, it was the same thing. There was 5 or 6 Captain Americas till Steve Rogers finally was the main one, and then that went off to Bucky and then Sam. So, it could be that type of approach. My guess is that he never fought any of them. Ever. It was Russian propaganda. He is using the Russian tactics from the 80s. Lies, misdirection, mistrust, propaganda to propel himself and make himself look big, important. Like he is the star of everything. The way he looks back on the 80s, he reflects on it with such a fond memory. The way he talks about himself and about what he's done. The way he gloats about his accomplishments that didn't happen. He is convinced that he did it, because what else is he going to be convinced being in this jail for 25 plus years? It's all he has is these memories. That's all he has. And he's trying to make himself seem more valid, like he did go up against Captain America, because in his mind, he is Russia's Captain America, even though he was a failed attempt at cloning a super soldier. So, I think you guys get what I'm saying. Go back and look at the history of Russia and what they were doing, and what experiments they were doing, and what was happening around the Olympics, and the use of, illegal substances and all that. It perfectly makes sense, because they believed that they were doing the best and they were winning, but it was all covered in a bunch of misdirections, lies, and them believing that they did nothing wrong, when in fact, their actual athletes were juiced to the gills, and they believed they weren't. Propaganda. Represent your country, believe whatever we tell you because it's for the good. Sometimes that gets the better of you. And pay attention to his dialogue in the film. After all that, he still wants to suit up and work for Russia. Think about it.